Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about Gen Z creating a new type of man to avoid, and that man is the performative male.
Yes. So when I heard this, all I keep thinking of is like Harry Styles or Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, so this is the man who pretends to be kinder, gentler, and more progressive to basically get in ladies' pants.
Right. Carries a purse, carries tampons for women.
Like, come on. And the thing is real women don't want men like this. Let's be honest.
No, I mean, I wouldn't. But it's basically like, again, look, I'm your BFF. Look, I care about you so much. And either in that case, you're going to get, with a normal woman, you're going to get probably friend zoned really fast.
Friend zoned. Yeah.
With the far left progressive activist types, apparently that's just the hottest thing ever.
But meanwhile, we've got all these articles out there about how progressive women can't find men to date. And
they don't, but then the same women are like, I stopped shaving, or why don't men want me unless they make? Well, I mean, okay, some of these women too that you hear about that won't date someone unless they're a certain height and they make so much money, they're not going to be interested either.
Yeah. Let's talk about this. This is the first I've heard of the performative male. We used to just call them douchebags.
I think the metrosexuals.
Metrosexuals. So
this was a thing in the 90s too, guys. I'm gonna tell you. Last time I seen this was the 90s.
Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You'll get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
Hey, if you're a metrosexual and you want something to bling up your man purse, no, we're gonna talk. Yeah, we kind of stealth launched this last night. I know we talked about launching Geeky's Halloween pins. And the reason that we're launching them in tandem with the orc pins is they gotta be fulfilled pretty damn quick because Halloween's coming up.
Yeah.
So dropped it on Kickstarter last night and people found it already. But you can check out her glowing ghouls enamel pins. These are going to be shipping pretty quick. So this campaign's only for 2 weeks, but these all are going to glow in the dark. Geeky designed them herself.
Yeah, no, I based them off of like old style. If you remember, like when you were kids, if you're especially our age, that you'd have the old style retro Halloween decorations. Sometimes your teachers put them in the classroom or whatever.
Yeah.
Or like, so it's based off like the old 1920s Halloween or like the 1950s and 60s Halloween. They're one sets each one. So I did little sketches and we turned them into pins. But yeah, I just love that art style. I've always loved that retro, that, old style Halloween decoration. So I just turned them into fun pins.
Yeah, so these are going to be, like I said, they're only going to be up for like 2 weeks because we got to get them in and flip them as quick as we can so people can get them by Halloween. If you're international, I don't know if you'll get them by Halloween, but we're going to try. We'll see what we can do.
Look how cute Kneon made me. He made the picture of me. I didn't do that. He made the picture of me. And I look flipping adorable.
She does look adorable.
She still wouldn't want a performative male. That cute little witch says no to performative males.
So check it out on Kickstarter. 2 weeks. Let's talk about this.
Men.
You like manly men.
Men.
There are lots of articles about this. This is a whole thing I missed. I missed this whole arc of the performative male.
Reminds me, and it would make sense. Back in the 90s, we still had that PC culture first, which was like a version of what we've had with this wokeism of late. But I don't think it was as bad as what we've had lately. It started with that, and out of that came the offshoot of the metrosexual type dudes who were the ones that were the kinder, gentler men, had the ponytails. You'd see them. They would always want to hang out with the women and stuff, and everybody assumed they were gay dudes, but they were straight somehow. And that was back then in the 90s. So it makes sense we're seeing it again because we have the wokeism, but it's like a worse version of PC culture. So these are probably gonna be a worse version of metrosexual type men.
Yeah, so it's so bad that there are multiple videos like warning Gen Z women to stay away from these guys. It's TikTok's biggest red flag. Freaking Google has an AI overview for it. They said a performative male.
Really?
Yeah, performative male is a man popularized as an internet meme and archetype in 2025 who adopts a specific inauthentic aesthetic and set of behaviors like drinking matcha, carrying tote bags, or listening to indie music to signal liberal feminist and good guy qualities with the presumed goal of appearing more attractive to progressive women who don't want you back, dude, or they want to,
He figures angry bitches are a better bang. I don't know. But like, this is not
that
new.
needs to be a shirt. Angry bitches are a better bang.
Well, you would
Sparkles.
know. Anyway, so I'm just saying this is what it reminds me of. It reminds me so much of the 90s because that's what was going on. I think that went into like early 2000s. Like we had the Lilith Fair type, guys that would like be like all about it. Like I'm all about it. And they used to make fun of them in the movies back in the 90s too.
Yeah, they were pussies. And they were.
Yeah.
And they're pussies trying to get pussy is what they were doing. And it like yeah, and you attract a certain kind of woman that way. I got to tell you, dude, like you better get used to being a bitch because you're going to attract women who are going to treat you like a bitch. I mean,
what's the thing? I mean, if you're just trying to get laid, okay, that's one thing. But if you want a kind of relationship, you're not going to like that relationship you're going to get.
You have to share your feminist woman with her girlfriend and her boyfriend and then you're going to want your bag. Share that matcha with everybody. Oh
yeah, so apparently they're doing whole articles on this, and Fox has an article. That's where I saw it, and I was like, "What the heck is it?" It wasn't that one. It was this one. Gen Z created a type of man to avoid.
So this is weird. Okay, so this is how things are changing. So we have, and we've covered this before. We have articles where liberal women are complaining about how they can't find men to date because basically. Dudes,
they're all MAGAs.
They don't want to date these liberal women. And now they're even telling other liberal women are telling other liberal women to stay away from these guys because they're posers.
So it's funny to me. What do you want? Like either guys are too masculine and if you're a manly man or you're a typical guy, they somehow they label you as like alt-right and all this stuff, whether you are or aren't, even if you're like in the middle. And then the alternative are these guys, and they're telling you not to date these guys either.
So they said if you live near a major city, you might have seen what looks like a hipster drag show.
Metrosexual, I'm telling you.
Yeah, playing out in a park. God, this is so weird. Or on a sidewalk recently, a parade of young men strutting with tote bags, holding up feminist literature, and showing off their newly purchased vinyls. Darwinism would do its thing, and you men would not be allowed to, and I'm using air quotes here, would not be allowed to reproduce under normal circumstances.
Now, the thing with the vinyls and stuff, this isn't a new thing though, because right before vinyls started being popular again, I was literally at Goodwill, and this guy and this girl came in, and they were like, I want to say hipsters kind of situation. They came in and they were all dressed in like vintage 80s and 70s clothing, putting on this big show, going onto the floor. And I was joking with Kneon on the phone. I said, "Oh my gosh, these came in, they're all dressed in like 80s clothes and 70s clothes." He goes, "Well, they do go for the vinyls." I look over. The guy is literally on the floor with all the vinyl records spread around him as he's looking at all of them as he's sitting on the floor and making a big show of it. It's like that energy, but yeah, you did. It's that I started laughing. I had to hurry up and move to the other side of the store because they're looking at me and they couldn't figure out why I was laughing because you said, but I do looking at the finals. I was like, oh my God. So this isn't new, but now I guess they're taking this thing to a whole new level, I guess.
So they're having contests on TikTok. They said the slang is misleading. A performative male doesn't perform traditional masculinity a la Jim Bro. Rather, he's curated a notably alt, intellectual, and in Gen Z terms, soft aesthetic, often with the purpose of attracting progressive women. See also like 90% of modern comic book artists and artists out. Like you got Artist Alley, you want to see this? There it is. And I here's the thing, like other guys are going to look at this and be like, dude, you're like totally gay, right? You're gay. No, they're not. They just think this is how you get women. I'm like, no.
What this reminds me of too is another thing. If you've ever watched National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation and the neighbor, Todd and Margot. Oh, and she's like, they're really annoying. And he's just like, really, I don't say femboy, but yeah, Todd.
Yuppie. So we went from yuppie to metrosexual to whatever the hell
hipster
this is.
to this. But yeah. And it was like, that's what they, can't do anything. She has to go to the neighbors and punches them in the face because she gets tired of his shit. Yeah, that's what I think of. Because I this is like the fourth iteration of it that I've seen, and I'm like, this was in the 90s. I remember this in the 90s.
Oh my God. Other markers of a performative male include drinking matcha, reading bell hooks, listening to women singer-songwriters, and carrying emergency tampons. Well, dude, you're manstrating. You need to. It's my sister. I grew up with a lot of sisters, so I always have emergency tampons.
Yeah, I mean, a guy who holds your purse and stuff, when you're shopping, that's cool. But a guy who's carrying his own purse,
Hey, Hey, I remember the first time I had
okay.
to go buy feminine hygiene products as a guy. That's an awkward.
Now he just does it. He doesn't care.
I just
He's
do
like,
it.
I got a
I'm
wife
like,
and a daughter. Who cares?
yeah, I got a wife and daughter or whatever. I just do it. But I still like tend to hide the stuff under like the produce. Like, yeah, I'll take these tomatoes. I'll take this salad and also the, you know, the hygiene, the feminine pads.
Throw some chocolate in there and then they won't even think twice.
Yeah.
They'll be like, dude.
The trend seems to be largely in good fun, poking fun at men who do, in fact, genuinely like matcha and Mitski. It's partially inspired.
Hey, our daughter, she likes Mitski.
Actually, I think her son does too, because she does. I don't know. It's partially inspired by the slew of celebrity lookalike contests last year that highlight people's enjoyment of dressing up in silly costumes, as well as their desire for public square. Seattle's performative male contest winner, a name I cannot pronounce, Malik Marcus Jurgenov.
Does he keep his lotion in the shower?
Told me most of the men participating casually embody the joke.
Okay, so most of them are in on the joke, but then there are some that are serious.
So this is, oh my God. Oh my God. This is like, these are the people that leave the nasty comments on our videos right here. Clownfish, you're toxic.
Oh, no, it's a hair
men.
pick. It's a hair pick because he has the cool hair. Okay, got it.
I wish I had enough hair for a hair pick.
He really does. He legitimately wishes he had an afro. Anyway, I like this girl
like,
power
aren't you
shirt.
black?
Oh, someone's a boo-boo on a fishing rod?
Oh my God.
Why is there an older dude? Like, I don't even. Okay, so it sounds like
he's got a fruit. That's Pedro Pascal right there. He's got a fruity dog.
When I think of this, I think of Harry Styles and Pedro Pascal. That's who I think of.
When I'm making fun of Portland, and no offense to Portlanders who listen to our videos, but this is what I think of.
The cliche, stereotyped version.
Except in our circles, these people are usually wearing masks and wanting to like burn down the patriarchy or some crazy shit. It's just like, how are you getting
When I looted the store, I made sure I looted all the female products for all the women out there who need them.
Oh my God, a Labubu.
I told you there was a Labubu.
Oh my God, those things are awful. They think they're like demonic or something. I just think they're hideous. Don't they like stick their fingers up each other's asses or something?
No!
The Labubus, not the men.
Oh,
I can't hear you. You like peaked, and she's laughing so hard she like peaked and disappeared. She just blew up. Geeky Sparkles just blew up because you were like you did an article talking about the Labubu theme park, and they're like sticking their fingers up each other's asses in the theme park.
It's not. It's one character scratches his rear end and looks like he's either going or like he's sniffing his finger. I can't tell which.
Oh,
they're like sticking their fingers up each other's butts at the theme park.
I was like, what the hell kind of park is this? All right, there's a darker interpretation. Maybe these men are not what they seem, and perhaps their taste and behavior are all deception. That would be my first take, because like guys like this, because normally with guys, like what you see is what you get. When you look at somebody like this, is like trying too damn hard and trying too hard to be like, oh, look at me, I'm female friendly. I'm not. It's like, nah, dude, you're hiding some shit. You're like a creeper or something. Like, or you're.
I wouldn't be very trusting because if they're obviously fake,
other guys would not trust a guy like this. I'm just saying. The performative male has joined a group of suspicious masculine archetypes that came before it, like the two-faced wife guy and toxic male manipulator. So I'm
not familiar with most of these. They're just like normal people.
So how did these signifiers of a performative male come to fall under suspicion? Okay. How the internet's nicest guys came to be suspect, from hipsters to soft boys, as more derogatory offshoot cuck boy. The internet has long questioned the integrity of this genre of men who eschew traditional representations of masculinity either through their personal style or consumption habits. Wasn't that the goal of feminist women, was to emasculate men, and now you've got them and now you don't trust them?
Well, because you're going to think, why would normal dudes do this? I mean, some of them might actually legitimately, that might be their style, might be what they're into, okay? And they might be sincere, and that's cool, I guess. Not my type, but hey, whatever. But, it does feel like he said it's like kind of like a meme now.
Yeah, they said this exposure to and wider acceptance of this genre of men hasn't made us less confused about them. On the one hand, they're often assumed to be emotionally intelligent and unproblematic, politically progressive, if not outright feminist. But is it all an act? From a male point of view, from a guy's, oh my God, they have Harry Styles.
Told you.
From a guy's point of view, it's like, yeah, this is performative, and he's just telling you what you want to hear. Look, I'm gonna be honest, and it's probably gonna get me in some hot water. I don't fucking care. Whatever. I'm not a performative male. But like,
we wouldn't be married if you were.
There are a lot of male predators that play the part of being the soft, trustworthy, and it's all about like, look, this is just like any scheme, any scam, any grift. Oh my God, can you say grift? You're trying to get people to drop their guard, let their guard down. And it's kind of, to me, it reminds me of somebody who, like, right out of the gates, like, you can trust me, man. I'm super honest. Everybody's super honest. I'm just like the most trustworthy person ever. You can trust me. And when somebody has to tell you that repeatedly, like, I never lie. It's like, well, why do you have to explicitly state that? You know?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a good person. Why you have to explicitly state that? Why can't you just show me you're a good person? Anytime somebody's out, doing something like this, be like, look at me, look how progressive and woke I am, and I would never hurt you. And then they wind up being like the freaking abusers.
Honestly, most women are going to look at these guys and just assume that they're either, trying too hard or they're gay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but that's what they're going to look at it as, or you get friend zoned because you're,
Yeah, you get friend zoned.
You're a nice male friend.
So let's also get back to, boy, I'm really going to get myself in trouble on this one. Let's go back to primal desires and women.
Where are you going with this one?
Well, I'm saying at the end of it, it does seem to me that women want strong men that are reliable, that can at least take care of themselves and also take care of their families. And if you're toting around a purse and, what I'm saying, like,
you carry my purse sometimes.
I do, but I also take care of the family as best I can. You take care of the family too. I'm just saying, like,
women are looking for a partner, not another woman.
Yes.
Unless you're a lesbian.
Yes. I don't want to go.
Even then, those women are more manly than these guys.
Yes. Is that's a pretty fair thing to say. Women, like, look, the core function of men and women are different. Men and women are wired differently for the most part, and there are still very, like, basic animal desires that men and women have, and basic functions that are expected of men and women in a traditional family household. And I know I'm going to get myself in trouble, and that's not being a toxic male or whatever. It's just like women biologically, I believe, are wired to look at a guy and be like, yeah, this guy could protect the family. This guy could go kill the woolly mammoth. This guy could make good babies. I'm sorry. That's how it works. Okay. You looked at me and you said this guy could kill a woolly mammoth and make good babies.
No, that's not what I thought, but it's okay.
But no,
you do make good babies though, yes.
On a base level, I'm talking like on just a base primal level, we're wired to size up the opposite sex as potential mate, fodder. I don't know, like you know what I'm saying? Like, you're looking at somebody, and even if you're not consciously aware of it, like you're looking at someone, you're like, yes, this person has mate potential. And when you're looking at somebody like this, you're gonna be like, yeah, I don't want his jeans anywhere near me. He doesn't even wear jeans. He probably wears like a skirt or something.
Well, Pedro Pascal does. He wears skirts to do stuff. That's why I thought of Pedro Pascal. Nothing wrong with kilts, because those men are manly men, and they go commando under those kilts. And
yeah, I mean, I don't think there's anything toxic about it, and I don't give a fuck if it is. What I'm saying is, I think women and men are hardwired. I mean, you strip away all the modern sensibilities, men and women are hardwired to look for certain things in mates. And when you've got a man that is effeminate, it just doesn't, to me, it doesn't signal, or I wouldn't think it would signal, like mate quality person. I
don't know. I'm
not looking for dudes. You know what I'm saying?
These aren't my kind of men. Sorry. They might be some women's kind of cup of tea, but they're not
No,
mine.
I think women who, again, when you start upending things, and women who are threatened by traditional masculinity might go for this. But there are even, this is what blows my mind about this. Women who have been trying to upend traditional masculinity are also like, yeah, I don't trust these men.
They're saying they don't trust this new type of man.
Because it seems like a wolf in sheep's clothing, right? Because I think they realize on some level that this is just kind of how men are hardwired. And I'm not saying all men are dicks or whatever, but we are, for the most part, I believe, hardwired to do specific things in nature and in the natural order. And when you fuck with that, then everything goes off the rails.
Probably.
And you're not saying.
I don't know. I just think that it's. I just think it's stupid. I just think it's just.
Oh, it's very.
That's why
stupid.
It's performative. It's not real.
It's not real.
Basically, it's fun if they're doing a contest for shits and giggles, but most women aren't going to want to date you. The end.
It's like, hey, ladies, I'm going to be your BFF. Psych. I want something from you.
I mean, I don't say all dudes like that. I mean, but usually if it is described as what they're saying, women aren't going to be interested.
All right. They said there's skepticism around men who don these aesthetics. It's partly a conversation around privilege now. The critique is that men are reaping the sorts of social and symbolic set of rewards for participating in these feminized and sometimes queer aesthetics without bearing any of the costs that have typically circled around queer and marginalized men and women. You're dressing gay, but you're not actually gay. But the thing is, you're gay presenting. This is, again, a thing in creative circles. This is a thing that's going on. This is how a lot of people are actually, I shit you not, they're actually getting ahead because they're like, look at me, I could potentially be queer. And queer is like a very general, I might be queer. I'm going to dress queer. Am I going to get the showrunner position? Probably.
I'm queer curious.
I'm queer curious.
I haven't decided yet. But I don't know. I just think the whole thing's stupid. You look like an idiot. And we've already done this before. And back then, they used to mock the metrosexuals and stuff. And then the yuppies and the hipsters and all that, they got mocked. Man bun, barista type things, they got mocked. And now here we are with it again. Not that there's anything wrong with having a man bun. I'm just saying that, it's not just the one thing. It's just like the presentation as a whole.
While lying and obfuscating your identity for sexual ends is, of course, wrong and potentially even assault, reading a book you believe women will find appealing is not a lie. It's entirely normal, well-established social practice of attempting to relate to the opposite sex. I try watching your K-dramas, but I don't.
You don't? You haven't tried watching my K-dramas for
I watched the coffee one.
But I watch your alien shows.
No, you don't watch. Well, the ancient aliens. Yeah, she won't watch Alien though because they're.
Oh no!
Bad. That's why I haven't watched Alien Earth yet because
you can watch it. I don't care. I'll be watching
like a cat explodes
anyway.
Or something. I heard a cat explodes.
Wait! Whoa! A cat? Okay, yeah. Don't watch that around me.
I heard a cat explodes. I haven't seen it.
Stop talking about it. Thank you.
Well, I'm not making you watch it. I'm just telling you why I haven't watched it when you're around.
Don't share.
Okay. Anyway, the performative male.
So you have it. Don't be this guy.
Don't be this douchebag.
Unless you're doing it for contests and shits and giggles, then by all means have fun.
Oh God! But are you mocking queer curious people if you're doing?
I don't really care. I don't really care, man. If there's prizes involved, just go out. You go do your best performative male impersonation you can do. Otherwise, when it comes to the real world, don't do this.
All right, so let's wrap this up. I can't even. I'm very glad I'm married now because dating sounds very confusing.
It does. I'll pass.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.
For more pop culture news, views, and rants, go to news.clownfishtv.com. That's news.clownfishtv.com.